Hi everyone, welcome to Make Your Website Work For You, Part 1. Today you're going to learn how to create a search-friendly website that drives user action and supports your goals. Whether you're launching a new website or sprucing up an old one, this workshop will help you learn the skills you need to tailor your website to the needs of your target audience. Keep an eye out for the second part of this class, and I'll cover slightly more advanced tactics in Part 2. It will be available in 1 week. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Kate Angelo. I am the Technology and Career Center Manager at the Long Branch Free Public Library, and I am glad that you are with me today. If you want to, don't forget to post and share on social media using hashtag #GrowWithGoogle. Let's get started. Some research has shown that online shopping may have increased as much as 8.8% over the past few months. But it's important that we understand what shopping is before we can move forward with our website. Most of us equate shopping with buying something, and yes, buying is the ultimate goal of shopping, but consumers don't make a purchase before they shop around to find the best product or service that meets their needs. If you think people are coming to your website just to buy something, then you're approaching this all wrong. Think about your own shopping habits. Because so many of us are limited in where we can travel to purchase food and necessary items, it's no surprise the amount of consumers shopping online has increased. Many businesses have temporarily closed their storefronts and have launched online stores. Have you increased your own online shopping activity in the past few months? Today, more than ever, small businesses are getting online to connect with consumers and drive sales. After all, many of us are connecting with businesses from our own homes. It's important to update your website with any critical information, news, and announcements affecting the operation of your business and your customers. You can add other news and resources where appropriate. Go through your site to see what products, services, and operations may be affected and include information and resources to help your customers through these changes. Provide any changes in your operations or highlight your current contact information so people can reach you readily and you stay relevant to them during these times. This is a time of uncertainty for so many. Whatever you can do to assure your customers, whether it's informational or inspirational, will be helpful and appreciated at this time. You may want to create a video message or a series of messages addressing your customers and providing critical information. Even if your business has never had a website or sold products online, there are ways you can connect with your customers online. Video appointments. Many service-based businesses are offering online appointments, like fitness professionals, lawyers, accountants, doctors, real estate agents. You can offer appointment booking on your website or Google My Business listing. Use Google Meet to connect with those customers through video chat. You can learn more about Google Meet in the Work, Collaborate, and Learn from Anywhere class. Have an online store. You can sell products on your website you'd normally sell at local events or in your brick and mortar store. Contact-free payments. If you operate an essential business, offer online payments to keep your employees and customers safe. Web order and delivery. For local restaurants and coffee shops, allow customers to place orders online for pickup and delivery. Fundraisers. For businesses that can't operate at all during this time, use your website to create fundraisers for your business and employees. And gift certificates. Allow customers to purchase gift certificates online for services they'll use later. Quick tip, whether you sell online or in-store, boost your business with a quick and easy evaluation of your retail website using Google's Grow My Store tool. Think about the unique opportunities you have right now to connect with your customers in new and different ways. If you can't currently connect with your customers in person, it's likely you can find a way to connect with them online. When people think of web design, they often think of the overall template, the look and feel. That is, the graphics and layout that appear consistently throughout the website. That design, sometimes called the skin of the site, is just one component of web design. Within the graphic template, there are lots of common elements that appear on most websites, including the header or top section of the website. The header usually includes a company logo in the left corner, and most website visitors expect that the logo will link to the home page. The footer, or bottom section of the website. This usually includes important links, contact info, and copyright info. And navigation. This usually appears horizontally across the top of the site, below the header, or vertically on the left side of the website. The web design should lay out a set of guidelines that keep the web pages looking consistent, like the colors, font sizes, font styles, and types of content. For anyone out there using a content management system like Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, WordPress, Drupal, or others, the content management system is a popular option for building a website. There are many options out there, and they are all a little different. What most do have in common is the ability to change or customize the web design, usually called a template. All the same principles apply whether you're creating a design from scratch or using a pre-built template. Navigating the site within that design should be effortless for visitors. But a website is not all about design. We'll look at 6 characteristics of a great website. It's goal-oriented, it's organized and easy to search, it's useful, it's functional, it's intuitive to use on any device, and last but not least, it's findable by search engines. Many business owners know that building a website is an important early step. But a website can be a lot more useful than a business card or brochure. With some advanced planning, you can create a site that helps your business grow right out of the gate. But how do you want to grow? You need to start by defining goals. Ask yourself, why do I want a website? What do you want it to do? Think of your site as a tool that can help you achieve business goals. The goals depend on your business, but some examples are build company brand, generate leads, make sales, engage customers, attract employees, provide customer support, and more. Let's say the goal of your website is to sell more jewelry in your online store. How can you give this goal more structure, make it more actionable? One trick is to incorporate the SMART framework. For S, is the goal specific and detailed? How many pieces of jewelry is more? What jewelry types do you want to promote? Bracelets, necklaces, watches. M, can you track and measure this goal? How will you know when you've accomplished it? A, is this goal realistically attainable? If you said 1 million rings, well, maybe, but rather than pulling a number out of thin air, consider your past sales activity. If you have previously only sold your jewelry at your physical location, a good goal could be to sell as many pieces on your website as you've sold in your physical store in the same time period. You don't want to set goals that are impossible to reach, and you can always readjust later. R, is it relevant to your business? Will this goal help you reach your business goals? Does it drive the business results that you want? And set a time frame. When do you want to achieve this goal? It might be that you want to sell 100 necklaces online in the month of May. For current website owners, think about the existing goals you might have for your website. And for those of you who haven't yet created your new website, what purpose do you think your website will serve? Feel free to write down a few ideas or on a digital document. Next, think about your target audience. Who is your website for? This influences how you will build your site to achieve your goals. Your audience impacts everything, from the graphic design to the words on the web pages. Your site should not try to be everything to everyone. Narrow in on your audience, not the world. Defining your target audience might sound simple, but it takes some effort. It's relatively easy to define an audience with demographic data like gender, age, and employment status. But if you stop there, it makes it more difficult for your business to stand out among competitors. And stereotypes about your audience can lead to false assumptions. Ask yourself, what makes your audience unique? Your goal is to develop a more complete picture of your target audience. For example, examine specific age ranges rather than one large range. Consider location, city, suburbs, rural. Consider educational level. Consider type of employment. Consider hobbies and interests. Consider values. Consider their view of your product or service, necessity, nice to have, special treat. Once you've defined your audience, keep them in mind when moving forward with your site. Now that you're thinking about your goals and your audience, let's add another consideration to the mix: tracking and measuring success. If you don't track and measure your website's performance, you won't have a way to make improvements. Well, improvements based on data. Here's another way to think about it. Let's say you made some modifications to your bicycle to make it go faster. If you don't know your max speed before the modifications, how will you know if it worked? Similarly, you need to track and measure online success so you know what kind of improvements to make. You should always be testing. There are lots of ways to do it, some with more accuracy than others. You can start by simply asking your customers how they found you. Ask them when they call you on the phone, when they visit your store, or when you're corresponding by email. You can also get more precise by setting up a trackable phone number. If you advertise with Google, you can set up free call tracking, which records every time your ad results in a phone call. You can track the number of emails and form submissions from your website. If you have an e-commerce website, you can track sales. And you can use web analytics software, like Google Analytics, to analyze visitor behavior and see exactly how they engage on your site. Ideally, your website leads the user from one page of useful content to the next until they finally convert. Building personalized experiences starts with good data. Google Analytics can help you to better understand your audience and the insights their activity gives you, so you can make more strategic decisions for your business. Spend time with your user data and site analytics to find opportunities to customize experiences for users that drive additional value. Learn which search terms and sources drive the most traffic. To remedy a high bounce rate and a misalignment between your visitors and your website's content, examine in detail your visitors' interaction with your web pages, the nature of your traffic, and why those visitors are arriving at your website. See demographic information for your most profitable customers. Look for useful ways to segment your users. Rather than designing one experience for everyone, or the average user, look for distinct groups that might have different wants, pain points, or behaviors. You may also begin to understand the characteristics of your most profitable audiences. Understand what content your audience is most interested in. Evaluating your traffic can help you identify who is and isn't finding your page content to be useful. It can also drive your decision making when it comes to the content you decide to highlight on your website. Evaluate which channels drive the most conversions. Understanding where your traffic comes from and what drives their conversions on your website will help you make smarter advertising, content, and design decisions. To get started with analytics, visit g.co/analytics. You'll embed your tracking ID into the back end of your website and can begin collecting data immediately. Now that we've talked about goals and tips for choosing a design, let's talk about the information within the website. A great website is well organized. And even if you don't have a lot of web pages now, your site will and should grow over time. Planning how existing and future content will fit into the framework of your website will serve you well. Let's take a look. You may have heard the term information architecture, or IA. It sounds technical, but you don't need to be a website designer, program, or an architect to create one. Simply put, it's a plan to organize information on your site. The IA maps out the sections, pages, and functionality of your site. There are several pages and sections found on most websites, including the home page, an About Us page or section, a contact page. Depending on your business, you will probably include a products or service section too. But how do you organize that information? The best way is by considering your business goals. Earlier in the workshop, you started a list of your business goals. You can refer to that when you're planning out your website. Let's take a look at an example. This example business sells jewelry. In this example, their products are organized by jewelry type. There are lots of ways to do this. Think about other ways you might organize this content. Here are a few tips to get you started. When you're choosing names and labels for parts of your site, keep them short and descriptive. And as you create your website plan, remember to keep the most important info on the main navigation. That depends on your business and your business goals. Your plan can help you create or select the most appropriate website design and template. To get started, define target audience. You already did that earlier. What do you want people to take away from this website? Ask people what they want to take away. Next, make a list of keywords related to business. Can you incorporate any into your navigation or organization? Use the list to keep the site content, colors, icons, imagery consistent with your goals. And make a list of information or features you have or want to have on your website. How will they help you reach your business goals? In this example, you'll see short, clear descriptions in the main navigation. The business owner has organized the site into categories that are relevant to and understood by her target audience, such as yardage and pre-cut fabric. You can also see information about online shopping in the top right navigation, where you may be accustomed to seeing the shopping cart. Additionally, she has included promotions front and center to catch the attention of her customers. We've talked about goals and organization, and we're getting closer to building the site. The next thing you need to consider is creating relevant content and experiences for your users. When you hear the term website content, the first thing that probably comes to mind is text, like the words in a book. That's one type, but content doesn't stop there. If you sell beautiful cakes, you might want to add a photo gallery section. If you deliver soil to residential customers, you might want to add a video that shows people how to measure a flower bed to help them order the right amount. If you sell cameras, you might want to add PDFs of product manuals so your customers can download the info if they misplace the print manual. What kinds of content would be useful for your target audience? What content would support your business goals? Whenever possible, create original, unique content. This can set your business apart from the competition. But making your website useful is more than adding content to your website. It's about creating value for someone based on your shared history with them. Think about the keywords your audience might use to find your content. How would they craft their search? For example, they may type in a struggle like pain in arches of feet, but actually need a shoe repair or a custom insole. For inspiration, take a look at how family-owned cookie company Partake Foods uses content to engage their target audience. Partake Foods makes allergy-friendly, healthy snacks for everyone. It was born out of a family's struggle to find allergy-free, delicious snacks for their young daughter. So much of Partake Foods' website content offers inspiration for their target audience who has a very specific desire or problem. The struggle to enjoy their favorite sweet treats when they either have specific food restrictions or want to eat healthy. An audience is immediately drawn in with engaging imagery. Content on the company's blog covers anything from tips to de-stress at home to making your own healthy pie crust with Partake cookies. A compelling brand story builds a connection with their specific target audience who may have also struggled to find their favorite foods allergy-free. Let's move on to another aspect that can help your website achieve business goals: functionality. What does functionality mean in this context? It refers to the parts of your website that allow visitors to take actions. If you're making a list of all the functionality you want on your site, it might include a site search, a contact form, an online shopping cart or checkout, or a custom tool designed specifically for your customers. Functionality can help support your business goals. Let's look at 3 scenarios. Challenge 1, you run a shoe repair business. People can either call or stop by to get quotes on their repairs. Scenario 2, you start your own counseling practice, but you're the only person working there and you can't answer the phones when you're with a client. What can you do? And scenario 3, you answer the same set of questions on the phone every day. How can your website help? Again, functionality can help support your business goals. So let's take a closer look at the scenarios. For scenario 1, you can create an online form for customers to submit their information and a picture of their needed repair so they can get a quote online without visiting the store or calling to give a description of the item needed. Scenario 2, you started your own counseling practice. You're the only person working there and can't answer the phones. You can create or license an existing appointment scheduling tool so customers can book online. And last, if you find yourself answering the same set of questions on the phone every day, you can create a simple web page, a frequently asked questions page, to help customers find answers to the most basic questions. We've covered some big picture topics, including goals, audience, and measurement. Let's move on to the actual website. This section is focused on design, but not simply how pretty it looks, although an appealing design is important. This section is focused on how intuitive the design is. In other words, does your site design naturally lead visitors through a process on the site to accomplish the goals you laid out? Here's another way to think about it. Visitors should not have to think about, or worse, struggle to find what they're looking for, to do what they want on your site. The design can have a big impact on whether your site helps you reach your goals. Let's take a look at a few things to consider when building a great experience for your website visitors. Nearly 9 out of 10 times when people had a helpful or relevant mobile brand experience, they said they would purchase from the brand in the future. People expect brands to provide them with relevant experiences. We're living in a time when mobile experiences matter more than brand loyalty, and providing irrelevant content to visitors can have a big impact on the bounce rate of your site. For example, Dr. Squatch Soaps, a men's natural soap company with an online store, offers an interactive lifestyle quiz on their website that helps its customers determine their product type and scent preferences. Just a reminder about mobile. Did you know that more than 50% of all web traffic is now coming from smartphones and tablets? And with the advancement of our mobile devices, consumers have come to expect easy and frictionless experiences across every interaction they have with your business. In fact, 46% of people say they would not purchase from a brand again if they had an interruptive mobile experience. So making your website work on mobile phones is no longer an afterthought. It's a priority. Remember your mobile users as you walk through goals, audience, and site design. The good news, more and more websites are being built from the start with technology that automatically optimizes the website format to best fit the device it's being viewed on. This responsive web design adjusts the site's appearance to best present the information based on the size of the screen and type of device. Using a mobile-friendly design is an important first step. Here are a few additional tips to ensure your website visitors have a great experience. First, you want to make it easy to use your site. You can do this by highlighting elements that are selected, for example, when choosing options on an e-commerce store. Designing your site to allow plenty of space for users to tap so they don't end up frustrated by making the wrong selections. And ensuring that the call to action can be tapped to make the process of converting as easy as possible. Next, make it easy for customers to shop, continue shopping, and or come back to an earlier page to ensure that if they come back to the site after a break, they can still easily accomplish what they need to. This example business added the helpful added to cart link to allow them to continue shopping, so it's not disruptive. Another tip is to recommend similar products throughout the shopping experience to make it easy for them to find what they need. Also, make it easy for visitors to check out and pay on mobile devices. How many of you have visited a website and tried to check out only to have difficulty entering your credit card numbers? Having a difficult checkout process can have a major impact on your conversion rate. Here are some things you can do to make it easier for your visitors to check out. Reduce the number of steps in your checkout process. Show visitors progress as they move through the process. This lets them know they're just about done. Use guest checkouts so visitors don't have to sign up to purchase. Just make sure to offer them to sign up or save their profiles for next time. And last, you can enable digital wallets such as Google Pay or Apple Pay for a truly frictionless experience. Last but not least, a great website is search friendly. After all, if you made the time, effort, and expense to plan and create a website, you'll want to make sure that potential customers can find you when they search online. The process of helping a website increase its visibility on search engines is called search engine optimization, or SEO. SEO merits its own presentation, but this section will give you some tips to get your site off to a good start. "75% of smartphone owners turn to search first to address their immediate needs." It's important to optimize your website's position in search results to better connect with the customers who need you and your products and services. Let's look at how a user might see their own search results when typing in a search query for something they need or want from a business. At the top, you see a word or phrase that the searcher typed in, called a search query. Below the query, you see the results. This page can include ads, identified with an ad label. Below the text ad in this example, you see the start of the natural or organic results. Creating a search-friendly site helps increase your chances of appearing on this area of the page. Organic results are web pages that Google's algorithm identifies as the most useful matches for this search. Clicks on organic results are free. It's important to note that websites cannot pay Google to appear in the organic results, and advertising does not influence a website's organic presence or position. On the right sidebar, you see a section that provides useful info for the searcher. This is called a Google My Business listing. It's a free tool that helps you add your business info to Google Search and Maps. Think of the web like an ever-growing library filled with billions and billions of books. A book represents a website. But there's no card catalog to help you find anything, no central database. On top of that, people aren't merely searching for websites, they want to find specific information inside the sites, the individual pages and resources. So how in the world can people find anything? Enter the search engines like Google. Google helps people find information on the web by sorting through all those billions of sites and web pages and showing people where to find the answers they're looking for. To do that, Google uses software called a web crawler, also known as a spider, robot, or bot. Google's crawler is known as Googlebot. Googlebot starts with a list of URLs from previous crawls plus new sitemap data, more on that later. It then visits these websites looking for new links to add the index, plus changes to websites and dead links. Googlebot goes from link to link looking for new data about publicly available web pages. Any information discovered is sent back to Google's servers to update the index to ultimately help searchers find the web pages. Googlebot processes each page it indexes, taking note of important information, from keywords to website freshness, and stores it in the index. The index is like the index in the back of a book, with an entry for every word seen on every indexed web page. It's huge and ever-growing. Google's index contains hundreds of billions of web pages. Every time a person searches Google, the search is looking for information stored and organized in this gigantic index. And there are a lot of searches happening, more than 1 trillion each year worldwide. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that number, so here's another way to imagine it. That was 1 second, and Google just processed about 40,000 searches. Okay, so 40,000 searches happened. For each of the corresponding search results pages, how did Google decide which websites and resources to display? These decisions all happen automatically, the work of a computer algorithm. Google's algorithm considers more than 200 factors or signals. The signals include basic criteria, like the language and location of the searcher, and what type of device is being used. Other signals include the age of the content on the web pages, its relevance to the search query, and whether the page provides a good user experience, and a lot more. After identifying the best set of results from information stored in the index, Google presents the results to the searcher. And all this happened in a fraction of a second. So what exactly is SEO? Search engine optimization refers to the techniques that improve your website rank in Google search results and attract higher quantity and quality website visits to grow your online presence. Why is SEO important when it comes to managing a website for your product, service, or brand? When consumers use search engines, they're typically looking for a specific product, service, or solution. Sometimes they want to be entertained, educated, or reassured. Regardless, they have a specific need or want that your website may be able to fill. Ranking in search results for particular keywords, topics, and phrases can help you connect with your ideal customer. Here are a few tips specific to building your website that can help. Optimize load time, especially for people viewing your site on mobile devices. You can test your site at g.co/testmysite and receive a free report on aspects of your website that could be slowing it down. You can then make changes to speed up your website, which will keep visitors from navigating away from it. Make sure your content is original. Make it useful, information-rich, clear, and accurate. Include keywords users would type to find your pages, and make sure that your site actually includes those words. For links, especially in the navigation, use text when possible. If it is an image, make sure to include relevant alt tag, A-L-T tag. Add internal links, which will link to other areas of your website to keep your audience engaged in additional content. External links will offer value and increase reputability outside your website. Backlinks are links to your website from other website sources. This showcases your website's reliability and relevance. Good page titles and descriptions ensure that title elements and alt attributes are descriptive, specific, and accurate. Remember information architecture? It not only helps your human visitors, it helps Google interpret the content, including what's important information and what is less important on your website. Last but not least, design your site for all browsers, device types, and sizes, including desktops, tablets, and smartphones. Google prioritizes websites that work across all devices and can reach all of your potential customers. You should think about your website not as your total presence online, but one small piece of the puzzle. You have so many ways to connect with your target audience online. Sometimes you meet your ideal customer in a completely different way. As you build a relationship with them, they use your website as another tool to connect with you. In other instances, your audience may find your website first and use that as a step in getting to know you and your business better. You can use Google My Business to connect with customers in your local area through Google Maps. Perhaps your media presence offers that first introduction to your brand. Customers might find you merely by searching for exactly what it is you offer. Google Ads can help capture the customers who may be ready to make immediate buying decisions. Covered a lot of information today. Let's look at some resources to help you keep learning. If you want to sharpen your business and marketing skills, check out Primer. This is a free app you can download to your phone. If you have an Android device, you can download it at Google Play. If you have an Apple device, you can download it from the App Store. This has a series of short, fun lessons that are all less than 5 minutes each. You can access lessons specific to learning to work from home and do business online by visiting g.co/primer/fromhome. If you really want to become an expert at Google Apps for Business, visit SKILLSHOP. This was formerly called Academy for Ads. SKILLSHOP is a one-stop training center for everyone who uses Google professional tools and solutions. There's training on Google Ads, Google Analytics, Google My Business, and more. The lessons here are categorized based on your experience. There's information perfect for beginners, intermediate, and even advanced users, and there's no charge for any of this training. You can access SKILLSHOP by visiting g.co/SKILLSHOP. Whether you sell online or in-store, boost your business with a quick and easy evaluation of your retail website with Grow My Store from Google. Grow My Store scores retailers' websites and generates personalized reports with recommendations to help you improve the online experience you offer to your customers and grow your business. You can access Grow My Store by visiting g.co/growmystore. Another great resource is our quick help videos. Get answers and learn how to make the most of Google's tools in just a few minutes. You'll learn things like how to get your business listed on Google Search and Maps, how to create a YouTube channel for your business, and how to start a Google Meet conference. Check out the playlist on g.co/grow/quick-help. Grow with Google is an initiative that helps people prepare for work, find jobs, and grow their business. Job seekers can grow their skills in order to find new jobs and advance their careers. Teachers can learn how to put the latest technology to work inside and outside of the classroom. Small business owners can build their online presence and find new customers. Startups can learn how to get their ideas the exposure they need to succeed. And developers can sharpen their current skills and master new ones. To learn more, visit google.com/grow. Thank you everyone for joining us today. As always, you can contact the library if you have any questions. My email is kangelo, KANGELO, .lbpl@gmail.com.